yogis, Francine and Tori and Gracie. Oh, thank you for checking in. That makes me feel um, so good that people are out there. Gosh, so good to it's Friday, Friday. I can't believe it. This week actually felt really long to me, but that's not such a bad thing sometimes. Um, so Friday, Friday. Hi, Gracie. How's the beach? Yes, yes, I know. So today, nice slow flow, but we're going to do a little bit more of the standing poses so that we can also build some strength. I am, what is going on with the hair? I usually Tuesday slow flow is a little more gentle, and Friday just a little bit more active, but again, still on the very kind of easygoing level. And of course, make it all about you and um, your levels, keeping yourself safe, of course, always. So really important. I'm gonna go sit back onto my mat. Make sure you have, maybe if you want to sit up, a blanket, 2 blocks, and whatever else you need. Just get this going. Make sure we have this is so I know, yes, that we're all in this together. Hi, Vivian. Perfect. Good. So as we start today, finding our seat, I'm sitting up on a nice little blanket. Gives my lower back a little bit more space. And there's a nice tilt of the pelvis that can happen. Yeah. And then just starting today, maybe just a little bit of movement, just settling in, a little bit of kind of rocking, and just kind of letting your body sink into your practice. Yeah, a little rocking side to side. And just begin to let the muscles relax into the body, into the back, into the neck, and the muscles of the mind. That busy, busy mind, right? Mine's been very busy lately. So just with that busyness, just really kind of actually adding more practice, right? To do the work, to let the mind process in reality, right? Not let the mind run wild. So finding space for me, that means finding space and time to sit, to find meditation, and to quiet my mind, and to return to this body, this truth of this person, of Samantha, right? And when I do that, I begin to immediately heal, right? That nervous system calms right down. And the present moment becomes this beautiful, only moment. And it's very meaningful. And as a teacher, I wish nothing more than you to be able to find your practice in all of your life, right? So in good times and bad times, when you have struggles or when you feel, beyond control of joy, right? So just always kind of finding that balance of energy, that balance of kindness, that balance of love. So today, just drop in, just noticing how you feel this morning, this Friday. Just let everything begin the process of just kind of slipping away, just coming back again to you. And just let the facial muscles relax, right? That sort of armor of the exterior, let it relax. The shoulders, the neck, and then the eyebrows, the eyelids, the cheeks, the jaw, the lips. And just notice how that feels as you continue to journey in. And just feel the breath, the rise and fall of your breath in your body. And today, bring one hand onto your heart center and one hand onto your belly. And just feel. I want you to begin to feel that bottom hand and that belly. Let the hand get filled up on an inhale with the belly. And then with the exhale, feel the belly drawing in. Good. And again, just fill up with that inhale into the belly, right? So just filling that bottom palm up. And then exhale as it releases. Good. And just again like that, babies breathe more into their bellies. So just notice, like a baby, how this feels into your belly and releasing. Good. Just one more like that. And releasing. And then begin on the next inhale to begin filling up that hand with the belly, but let it keep rising up into the ribs and then up into that top palm, up into the heart center. And then feel the exhale as that heart center begins to release and the belly begins to draw in. All of this connection under your palms, filling up that bottom palm, filling up that belly. Let it rise up into that top palm. And then back down. Notice how that feels, that connection. As we always desperately look for some form of connection, we can feel it right here. It's always with us. Inhaling, filling up. And exhale, softly releasing back down, drawing the belly in. Yeah. Again, fill up the belly, the ribs, and then feel it up into your heart center. Heart center, ribs, down into your belly. And maybe you keep your hands here, or maybe you place them onto your knees and continue with this breath, this fluid, almost 3-part Durga pranayama. Just stay with it as we drop into our bodies. Focusing here, right now. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to come into our first twist. So we're going to take this right hand and we're just going to place it towards that left knee, or cupping that left knee maybe. And the left hand comes behind. I want you to grow a little bit longer. And then navel draws in as you begin to open up that heart into the twist. But again, I always try and encourage you to let this twist come from the waist, the ribs, the chest, then the shoulder. We have that tendency to just crank the shoulders and the neck. And I want you to try and not do that. Feel this drawing from the sit bones all the way up to the crown of the head. Take your breath. And another breath. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to slow. Just come back through center. We're going to place the hands onto those knees. And we're going to sit back. We're going to just sit back, tuck the tail, tuck the chin, breathe into the back of the body. Maybe a nice little massage of kind of rocking side to side if that feels right. Feel free to move the head, whatever it is for you. Just do it with awareness, do it with connection, and do it with that loveliness of gratitude, right? God, how happy am I to be here on my mat, just to take this time to drop in, this time for myself. And then slowly lift the navel in and up as we take that spine long again. Shoulders melt away from the ears. And then coming to the other side. So that left hand finds that right knee. And that right hand comes behind. And we just take a nice breath here. Inhale as we lengthen. And then begin to take a small twist to the right through the waist, into the ribs, into the heart center. And just breathe there. Inhales and exhales. Shoulders melt. Again, just find that beautiful breath. And one more here, just nice breath, softening you. Beautiful, and then come back through. Again, just cup the knees, yeah, and just find that nice little support as you lean back, tuck the tail, tuck the chin. Same thing, maybe a little movement, opening up that lower back and all the vertebrae of the spine. Connect to it. And that space of gratitude, of thanks, just endlessly dropping into the goodness of how this asana, this shape, feels. And then slowly we're going to come back up, nice long spine. And then we're going to take these feet and we're going to bring them together into Baddha Konasana, that bound ankle pose. So same thing, you might shift and kind of reestablish your seat. We're going to cup the knees again, sit a little taller here. So I want you to feel the belly button lifting in and up, the shoulders melting away from the ears, and the neck is long. And we're going to pause here. We're going to take 3 breaths here, but I want you not to collapse. Just stay as long as you can. That's not forceful. So taking your breath, inhales, exhales, maybe out through the nose. If you need out through the mouth, then do. 2 more, inhale, and exhale. 1 more, and that exhale. Beautiful. You should feel those muscles of the spine and the core helping you stay tall like that. And then very slowly just slide the hands down, maybe finding the ankles, rock a little bit side to side. You can place those thumbs and bring them onto kind of that big ball mound of your foot. And then from here, take a breath. Inhale, I want you to lengthen a little bit. And with the exhale, just kind of open up the book of the feet, right? So you're opening up to that center pages of the book. And then slowly lean a little bit in. Notice how that feels. You might feel that very much into the inner hip, inner thigh. Take a breath. Another breath, just letting you exhale maybe a little more deeply, keeping that book open just for 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to close the book. You're going to interlace your hands around those toes. We're going to find another breath. That inhale lengthens us and then melts deeply into this with the exhale. Let your head go. Feel the breath up the spine, into the lower back, outer hips, inner hips. Should feel good. Up to you if you'd like to move a little bit here, rock a little bit. Always your option to do that. Stay with it for 2 more breaths. Not forceful, but connected. And 1 more. Beautiful. Tuck the belly in and up, tuck the chin, and roll up. Should feel good. We're going to take that right leg out to the side. And this is where you might bring another blanket or support in and place it under the knee, right? So that left foot can come to the inside. I'm giving you all the supports today. You can always bring a blanket. These are all good little props. Yeah, and sit nice and tall here. To start, we're going to take that right hand to the inside of that left leg, right? Of that left leg. The toes are up towards the sky. And then we're going to take and begin to lengthen and take a twist to the left. So the right hands are to the inside of the right leg. And we're taking a little twist the opposite direction. As you gently push that right hand in, not forced, you're going to flex a little bit more through that foot. And you're going to open up that heart, lifting the belly in and up. Feel that space. Should feel good, not forced. Take another breath. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take slowly this back hand, this left hand, reach it up towards the sky. And then we're going to slide down the leg a little bit and come into this nice side stretch. And then just take your time, being really kind to your neck, right? So maybe you take the gaze up a little bit, or maybe it's down, maybe a little bit of both, or maybe no movement at all. But just notice if you're kind of reaching and cramping up into the neck, and where can you be a little softer? 2 more breaths here as we come into this nice, deep side stretch. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then very slowly lift the belly to come up. This top arm can come down to the waist if you like. Yeah, and then come nice long, come again into neutral long spine. And then we're going to just bring the hands down onto the earth in front of us. So again, this right leg, toes are kind of up to the sky, sit bones are reaching down, and we're just walking out a little bit. Feel the space, rock the head a little bit if you like. And just don't overdo it. We're moving slowly so that body has a chance to not be shocked. It has a chance to just lovingly open up as you learn about yourself, learn about your reactions, and try to kind of tame them to be more loving, to be more kind. Really good. Nice. One more breath here. Perfect. Now from here, we're going to just lift up a little bit, and now we're going to walk back over either side of that right leg. So there's a little bit of a shift, and I want you to feel that you're lengthening through the lower back, and then turning a little bit over that right leg, and then slow, find your space to walk out. You're going to feel this all into the kind of left side, lower back, ribs, even the neck and shoulder, but it's not forced. It's just, again, connected, breathable. Should feel good and sweet, caring, loving. Now, here's another option. That left hand can always cross over to the outer edge of that right leg, and you take another breath that lengthens you, and then there's a slight twist there. Yeah, that takes it deeper. So again, you do not have to add that little bit on. Again, we practice kindness to ourselves. That helps us calm this monkey mind. Good. One more breath. And then here's the important part. To come out of this very slowly, first lift the belly button in and up. Begin to lengthen that spine, and then slow walk up over that right leg. Whew. Wow. Feel that into the opposite hip. And then coming to the other side. So we're taking that left leg out to the side. Maybe you slide that blanket or a roll of some sort behind that knee so you don't overflex it. Maybe a block under the opposite knee. And then just find those sit bones. Take a pause, sit tall here. And then we're going to take that left hand inside of left leg. Remember the toes energetically towards the sky, a little bit of internal rotation. Okay? And then from here, we're just going to begin to kind of gently push the hand into the leg, left hand, left leg, lift the navel, and then open up that heart. So there's that twist. And as you do, you're pushing through that left foot. Shoulders melt down the back of the body. Take your breath, just explore the shape. There's a lot going on. The inside of that thigh, there's kind of an openness of the socket. One more breath. And then if you like, again, lift the belly in and up, and then take that back arm and just begin to sweep it up and over. And you might slide down the leg a little bit. This is my really tight hip over here, so it's not going to be as deep, but I'm still going to love on it, right? I'm still going to give it that time and love to open up. Not let that monkey mind be negative towards this opposite side. Take your breath, 2 more. Maybe you move the head. Maybe the gaze goes down. Whatever it is for you, 1 more breath. Perfect, really nice. And then slowly this top arm comes back down. Take your time to come out of this, right? And then as you do, just sit tall for a second, nice long spine, and then place the hands onto the earth. Again, find length, lower back, length from the pubic bone to the navel, and walk out a little bit. And just feel the body, stay connected. If you like to move, then rock a little bit. If you're a little bit more into that stillness, then do. Whatever it is, make it yours. So for me, I find my left sit bone wants to roll up and then I can get deeper. I'm going to try and encourage it to stay down and stay long. 1 more breath here. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to just lift up a little bit, walk back slightly, And then find that length in the spine as we walk the hands over to the left, either side of that left leg. So there's a little shimmying that has to go on. So find that sweet spot for you. Lift the navel in and up, and then there's a little twist there, very subtle, as you then reach back over this left leg. And you're going to begin to feel this all into the right side of the body, the hip, the ribs, maybe even up to the neck and shoulder. So just pause here before you take it further. There's an energy of the right hip kind of drawing back as you take a little bit of a twist. Take another breath here. And you can stay right here working with the breath, working with the connection. You can also take that right hand, reach it over to the outside edge of that left leg. Take another breath to grow long. Navel draws in, and there's just a little bit of a deeper twist there, taking it deeper into the right side of the body. Wherever you are, we're taking 3 more breaths. One more breath. And really important to come out of this, begin to lengthen the spine, lift the navel, and then very slowly, we're gonna roll back up. Whew, should feel great. So both hips, both sides of the waist, the shoulders have gotten a nice big stretch there. So let's move this to hands and knees, tabletop position. And if you need a blanket under your knees, then keep it there. If not, slide it away. We're going to take and bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we're going to just begin to make some circles one direction, right? Just kind of opening up the hands, opening up the wrists. Really nice. Opposite direction. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to take and bring this right leg back behind us, curl the toes under, sit back into the heels. You can always shift the arms a little bit forward and just find that nice stretch. You can always let the head go. Again, not really worried about that too much. And I'm actually kind of pushing out of the hands and hitting the whole back of my body as I kind of round into the shoulder blades. Just exploring the shape. And then from here, if your head is dipped, just find that length again. We're going to come into a nice knee down side plank. So that bottom foot's going to come into a little kickstand, and this top foot rolls over. So the heel comes down, toes are facing out, and then reach up. There's that nice side plank. Make it yours. You can always kind of shift a little bit to find the space. Belly button lifting in and up. Heart is open. Maybe you lean back into it, but you don't have to. Just taking on this beautiful day. And then if you like, you can always take this top arm, reach it long. There's that side stretch. And if you want to go crazy, you can always lift that bottom leg off the earth, right? So many options. Wherever you are, stay for 3, 2, and 1. Bring that foot down, bring that hand down. Bring that knee down, back into that tabletop, and then just roll into your cow pose. Heart opens. And then curl slowly into that cat. Good. And then again, come back, nice neutral spine here. And we're going to take that left leg, reach it behind us, curl the toes under. Take a breath, inhale, and kind of sit back into that heel. Should feel good into the legs. And again, you can always let the head dip and kind of push out of the earth into the shoulder blades. Tuck the chin a little bit. Just options. Nice stretch all the way through the back of the body. One more breath. Perfect. And then from here, if you dip the chin, come back to some length into the spine. We're going to make a little kickstand with that bottom foot. That left heel comes down onto the earth. Right hand slips a little bit more under the shoulder. And then just slow, begin to reach up into this, right? So find what's right for you. You can always explore opening it up a little bit more. Notice how it feels this morning. And you can always take this top arm over your head. And if you want to go crazy again, maybe you lift that bottom leg. For all of us, staying for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. That foot comes down, the hand comes down, knee comes down. This time, curl your toes under, lift into that cow. Keep them curled round into that cat. Good. And then again, keep the toes curled, lifting back towards that cow. Heart opens. Hollow out into that cat. Beautiful. From here, we're going to move towards that cow, and we're going to lift downward facing dog. Slow. Feet can come a little bit wider. Push out of the hands. You can also bring blocks in, another wonderful use of these props. Yeah, creating a lot more space for you to take the pose, whatever it is for you. Just move around a little bit. Explore one leg. Explore the other. Wagging the tail a little bit maybe. Shoulders, see if you can get them down the back of the body a little bit more so you're not landing into the shoulders. One more breath. Perfect. And then from here, if you have the blocks, you can always bring them with you. You're going to walk back towards your feet. Knees can always bend. Feet stay a little bit wider. And then slide the hands. Bring them all the way up to the tops of the thighs. Get that length into the spine. And then as you reach forward, melt into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Hands might draw down the back of the legs. You might take opposite elbows. Whatever it is for you. Just let yourself move a little bit. And if you like just a little deeper, you can always bring the fingertips into the back of the neck, right? But not forceful, but just to sort of ground the shape a little bit more. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then releasing the hands down. We're going to slide this time to a half lift on the shins. Lengthen. Melt. Uttanasana. And then tuck the tail and roll up. Arms can be heavy. Head is heavy. Beautiful. And at the top, begin to lift up. Shoulders melt down the back of the body. And I'm not in the screen. Good. And then from here, we're going to take these arms, reach them up to the sky. We're going to take a nice inhale over to the right as you exhale. Good. Inhale back through center. Switch the hook of the thumbs over to the other side. Feels good. Come back through to center. Palms come down to your heart center. And just drop back in. Again, just giving us this time in our practice to let the world release so we can come back to that truth of us and then walk through our days with ease and non-harming, ahimsa. 1 more breath here. Staying in our truth, satya. Good. Take a nice inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. And then palms stay together. You're going to bend your knees quite a lot and kind of melt through the center line. Maybe if you brought your blocks back with you, you're going to find them. And we're going to walk back out to that downward facing dog. Yeah, find that space. Pedal it out a little bit. Should feel good. Yeah, 2 more breaths wherever you are. And if you don't like the dog, if it doesn't work with your shoulders or anything, just come into a child's pose, right? Always that option. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take our gaze forward and we're going to walk our way up to the front of the mat. So again, if you have your blocks, bring them with you. And then from here, slide, half lift, long spine, melt, Uttanasana. And then from here, this time, root to rise. So coming all the way out and up. And at the top, take the gaze up, palms together, open up that heart. And hands come down into your heart center. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take these arms up again, reaching nice and long. And then from here, we're going to fold forward, Uttanasana. I'm going to have you bring your feet a little bit wider today. And then we're going to place, if you need, a block in between the feet. So it can be at whatever height works for you, right? There's all different heights. We're going to begin to bend that left knee just a little bit. And we're going to take this right hand to the right hip. And we're slowly going to lengthen our spine, but then we're going to begin to take a twist to the right. So feel the shoulders begin to stack upon each other a little bit, possibly. That hand can stay at the waist. It might slip into the lower back, or you might find it lifts up to the sky. Nice energy down the back of that right leg as the heart opens, belly draws in and up. Take another breath. And with your exhale, slowly come back down. Beautiful. Take a half lift, grow long. Melt and release. Uttanasana should feel sweet as the body begins to open up. And then coming to the other side. So hands onto the block, that right hand. That right knee can begin to bend a little bit. Lengthen through the spine and begin to twist at that waist, that rib, the shoulders. And again, just take that twist, stacking the shoulders a little bit more each time. And then maybe that top arm reaches up to the sky. Maybe it stays into your lower back or waist. Feel the energy of the twist, that nice stretch into the outer left leg. One more breath. And then slowly, slowly come back down. Take a little half lift here. Lengthen and melt. Uttanasana. Really nice. Lots of little movements today. We're going to take, again, if you have the blocks, hands are on them. We're going to step that right foot back. Yeah, so find that that left knee comes over that left ankle. We're in this lunge, this low lunge. Heel of foot to crown of head. Shoulders melt away from the ears. And then bring that right knee down. And you might slide a blanket underneath if you need. And from here, just lean in a little bit, but open up that heart. Nice stretch into the front of that right hip. The heart opens. One more breath. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to begin to move back, extending this left leg, right? That half monkey pose, that half Hanumanasana. And breathing in and out, make it yours. Stay with the breath, stay with the connection. Let go of the negativity that might try and sneak in here. Good. One more breath. And then slowly, this left foot comes back down onto the earth. And we're going to walk that left foot a little bit wider. Yeah, so as you do, you're going to lean in a little bit into this lizard pose. Heart opens. Love this shape. Yeah, see if you can start by keeping that left knee kind of drawing in towards that left elbow. So even touching possibly. You can always stay here or you might lower down, right? So maybe your forearms come down to the blocks. Maybe the head releases. Whatever it is for you, just find that breath, that calmness. And just be in that space of kindness. One more breath. So if you came down to your forearms, come back up, find these hands. We're going to take the blocks either side of that left foot. And here we're going to lift that right knee up. And we're going to step forward. So maybe that's one big step. Maybe that's lots of little steps. Whatever it is for you. As you arrive, Ardha Uttanasana as you lengthen. And melt. Uttanasana should feel good. And then root to rise here all the way out and up. reaching for the sky, palms together. And exhale down into your heart space. Pausing again, endlessly pausing. One more breath. Beautiful, coming to the other side. So as we begin to sweep the arms back up, palms together at the top this time. Soften the knees, and again, we're gonna fold through that way. So taking a little bit more time, folding through space into the body. Slide half lift as you lengthen. And then placing, if you have them, the hands onto the blocks. We're gonna step that left foot back. And setting it up, this right knee, looking for alignment over that right ankle. And then just get that heel to crown of head energy. I like to kind of find a little movement. It relaxes me, settles me. And then let that left knee come down to the earth or slide a blanket in, whatever it is for you. And then from here, I'm just going to have you shift forward a little bit, lift the heart a little bit. We're just going a little deeper. Maybe that knee bends a little bit deeper here for a moment. And just notice how it feels as you open that front hip flexor. We're often so tight there. So just be kind to it. One more breath. Yes, and then slowly from here, we're going to just begin to reach back. So just moving into that Hanumanasana, that monkey pose. So maybe the blocks shift, it's up to you. We want that right sit bone to roll back a little bit. And just find that nice alignment as you melt over. It doesn't need to be big, just massage it. Love on it. Taking a few breaths here. Love it. One more breath. So nice. And then from here, as we come back, that right foot slides to the earth, but we're going to bring these blocks to the inside of that right foot. And then leaning in again into this lizard pose and trying to keep this right knee towards that right arm or elbow. Let the heart open and just explore it, right? So notice as we kind of pause into these shapes, what travels into the mind, right? And notice what part of that is serving you well and what part of it maybe not so much that you should release. If you like, you can always go deeper. Yeah. Letting the head bow, if you like, into this lizard. Just take a few breaths wherever you are, not forceful. Good. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then if you lowered, come back up, finding a nice lifted lizard. And then from here, we're going to bring the blocks either side of that right foot. And then from here, we're going to take, and instead of stepping forward, we're going to lift that knee and we're going to step back. Yeah, so we're back into that downward facing dog. And again, you can always bring the knees down, slide into a child. We're going to take 3 breaths here, so whatever it is for you. Maybe find some stillness. Inhales as you lengthen, push out of the hands, lengthen the spine, spread the sit bones. Exhale down into the heels. Take another breath. Exhale down into the heels. 1 more. Exhale down into the heels. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to take and step back to the front of the mat. Okay? Find your way back, however that is. And from here, slide into that half lift. Melt Uttanasana. And then root to rise. Inhaling all the way out and up to the sky, palms together at the top. And then bring all of that goodness into your heart space. Taking your time Just pausing for a moment. Good. Now, from here, we're going to take and step this right foot back, but we're just going to find that warrior two here. So let the stance come a little bit longer, right? So that front knee is over that front ankle and the toes and knee are tracking in the same direction. The back feet, they're open to about 90 degrees, but don't get too caught up on that. Just a openness of the hips is what we're looking for. There's a tuck of the tail as well, and then a lengthening through the side body. And just start here. I want you to bring those palms down onto the heart center, right? Just feel that space for a little bit. And just feel these legs, they're strong. Take another breath. And then as we drop into that heart space, I now want us to open it up. So begin to take these arms, reach them nice and long as you open up. Gaze goes out over those front fingertips. And you're in that warrior two. Take your breath, inhale. Exhale. And again. And then exhale. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take this front arm. We're going to bring either the hand or the forearm down to the top of that thigh. This back arm reaches up and over, kind of like that nice side plank we started with. And just feel outer edge of that back foot reaching you towards the fingertips. And just honor your neck, whatever it is for you. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Really nice. And then slowly take your time, travel back up towards that warrior two, but keep it going. We're going to slide into that reverse warrior so that back hand can slide into the lower back, that front palm can reach up, and we come into that reverse. And for me, I like to take the gaze over that back shoulder and then open that shoulder up. It gives a nice stretch there into the front of it, while still leaning in a little bit into that reverse warrior. Find it for you. Love it. And then from here, travel back to that warrior two, but we're going to take that front leg, lengthen it, yeah? Reach out of the earth, out of the waist, and then a little bit more shift forward, and we're going to move into that triangle. Take your time. I can't tell you how often I see people rush right into this deep, deep triangle, and their alignment, they're all forward. If you take your time, find that energy of the legs, the tuck of the tail, and just kind of this tick-tock of the arms. You can then slowly arrive, and then you can slowly go deeper. If you like, you can always slide a block to the inside of that foot and have that help you, or keep the hand on the leg. Whatever it is, here's that kind of peak pose, if you'd like to say. Not a big peak pose girl, but just feel kind of leading up into this shape. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then slowly we come back out, finding that warrior two. And then from here, I'm going to take this to the other side. So just turning the toes in and the back toes out, and the back now becomes the front. And find that warrior two footing to start. That front knee, same direction as the toes, alignment, knee, ankle, this back foot, 90 degrees, and there's this kind of openness of the hips and a tuck of the tail. Lengthen, and then bring the hands onto that heart center. Again, just come back to that love space, that lovely, lovely love space. And just feel within you all that goodness, right? As we take this Friday morning to pause into self-care. Beautiful. And then slowly from here, as we begin to reach, we open up that heart. We kind of open it up in trust and love, and then reach out, warrior two. And take your breath, just 2 breaths here. 1 breath. Good. Now, that front hand might come down. You might take that forearm down. It depends on your body, right? Take that arm, reach it up and over. And again, How deeply you go, really up to you. Stay connected. Lift the belly in and up. Maybe the gaze goes up. Maybe the gaze goes down. Watch your balance if you're playing with both. Whatever it is, take another breath, that extra reach. We're not just gripping and hanging out here. And then slowly we're going to take that top arm. We're going to move back to warrior two, but keep flowing. That back hand wraps around and then we reverse this warrior. Stay bending into that front knee. And remember, this is a side stretch. We're not landing into the lumbar spine in any shape or form. Gaze can be up, or as I like it, a little down, opening up that shoulder. One more breath. Beautiful, and then ever so slowly we unravel back to the warrior two arms, but we begin to lengthen that front leg. And you might find you need to step in a little bit more. That's totally fine. And we're going to shift the fingertips forward, so there's a little shift of the hip. It's very subtle. And then begin to, again, that kind of tick-tock of the arms, yeah, as you move into triangle pose, but slowly, right? And here's that block. If you like to use a block in that practice, you can bring the fingertips to the block or keep them on the leg. Keep feeling that lifting and that opening. There's a little bit of a kind of twisting going on. Whatever it is for you, just honor it. If you have two more breaths, then stay with it. One more breath. Love it. And then begin to bend that front knee. Come back up. Warrior two. And then we're going to move. Last little standing pose. Toes are going to turn in. So as they turn in, they're both facing out in front, these feet. We're going to bring the hands to our hips. Take a nice inhale. I want you to lift the chest. So this is going to be our Shalambhasana today. The elbows are going to reach a little bit behind you. The heart lifts. And the chin can lift a little bit, but not throwing you back into the neck. Just finding a nice little curve of the spine. One more breath. Beautiful. And then let the gaze come back out in front. And then begin to hinge forward. Long spine. Lengthen. And maybe the hands find that block again. Or blocks. Rock a little bit. Roll a little bit. Whatever it is, this becomes your time now. So toes, again, they're not turning out. Maybe they're even slightly in. Just notice what you need in your body. You might bring the forearms down to the blocks. Let the head go. Whatever it is, we're going to take 5 more breaths. Yes, we are. So play with it. You might even place a block underneath the head. Just take your breath. Three more breaths. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Love it. And then slowly just begin to find a half lift here. Lengthening, hands underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to just walk back. We're going to find that lunge again. Yeah. And then from here, I'm just going to take and step back, downward facing dog. So maybe your blocks slip back under your hands. Really take the time with these slower classes to find that space to move deeper into your practice. 2 more breaths. You can always move right into child. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then slowly the knees come down to the earth. Yeah. And then slide into your child's pose. And if your knees bother you and child pose is not for you at all, then move onto your back. That's where we're all going to head anyway. So moving onto your back, you might draw the knees into your chest and take the same shape from your back. So wherever you are, we're just going to take 3 breaths. if you're on your belly, we're gonna move onto our back. So just rolling over. Nice. Rolling down. Knees draw into the chest. A nice kind of massage of that back. Yeah, just take that time. Should feel good. Beautiful. And then just staying, again, these kind of leg stretches we've done today. I want us to take and draw this right knee into our chest. Give it a hug. And then take that right leg long, hand slide behind it. Circle that ankle. Yeah, get some nice energy into the feet, preparing for the day. Feels good. Nice. And then stay with it. So that leg can stay extended long. Belly button drops to spine, and spine drops down into the earth so that there's connection. And we're going to just slide up a little bit. So just kind of lifting up. Maybe the head lifts off the earth. But don't let this stress everything. You can always keep it lower with the head down, right? Whatever it is for you. Take that nice practice. Let that right hip drop back down onto the earth if it's starting to lift up. And then take that left leg long wherever you are. Another breath. Beautiful. And then if the head is lifted, lower it down. And then slowly, feels so good, bend that right knee into your chest. And then take it across your body. This is our twist today, our supine twist. So allowing the outer edge of that right hip, a nice twist into the waist and spine. And that right arm reaches out to the side and the heart opens. Breathing in, breathing out. You might have a little back adjustment. Mine always does a little something in this shape. Yeah, 2 more breaths. One more breath. And then slow, you're going to come back through to center one little bit. We're going to take this right ankle over the left knee. You can always keep that left foot onto the earth or slide that foot onto a block, right? Nice little stretch like that. Or take the hands behind that knee. Whatever it is, connect. Bring the mind back to your practice. This wonderful, wonderful opportunity to just regroup. Notice that monkey mind when it's going wild. And just come back to honoring yourself by calming that. Coming back to truth. Coming back to non-harming. And 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Perfect. And then that left foot comes down if it was lifted, right? And this right foot comes down. And just nice windshield wipers of the knees, side to side. Does it feel good? Perfect. And then coming to the other side. So remember, each side is completely different. I know it is on my body, especially with these hips. Drawing that left knee into the chest, giving it a nice hug, just pausing there. Take your time. And then from here, we're going to slide that left leg long. And again, just getting that lower back down onto the earth and just come right into those nice ankle circles one direction. And then the other. Nice. And then stay here, work from here, okay? Or you might find you slide up the leg a little bit, but really connect to, it's not how high or deep. This is a really tight leg for me, so it's a whole different practice on this side in the sense of the depth but it's also that mental practice of loving kindness. So just breathe, whatever you choose to do. Maybe you lift your head up. Doesn't have to go up, right? One more breath wherever you are. And then that right leg extends long. Maybe you take a few breaths there. Notice what's happening. Try not to let it go to your neck if your head is lifted. And then slowly let the head come down, taking 2 breaths. 1 breath. And then bending this left knee as we come into that supine twist, taking it across your body. Sometimes I like to put my thumb, my left thumb, into the hip crease so that I'm not kind of crushing into that hip socket or that labrum, but I'm kind of opening it up and then taking it more across my body than into my body. Yeah? And then that arm opens out to the side, the opposite arm, and just explore this shape. Taking this nice supine twist. And just taking a few breaths here. Relaxing into the practice. Just feeling the goodness of the focus of the mind of your practice today. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then here, as we flow back through, we're going to take that left ankle over that right knee, and a couple of those options. You can draw the knees right in. You can keep that right foot on the earth. You might slide a block in under that right foot. Yeah, just find what's right for you. Make it yours. Right? Maybe the hands come behind that thigh. Long spine, soften the shoulders and the neck. Good. 2 more breaths. Feels really good. And then slowly bring that right foot down to the earth, left foot down to the earth, and just rock the knees side to side a little bit. And then just take 1 little lift here of a bridge pose, ankles under knees, and just kind of peel yourself off the earth, and even turn the palms up this time and just open up. Just feel that nice openness to the sky, to the day. And then take a breath. You're going to take these arms over your head. You're going to roll to the balls of the feet. Take another breath. Inhale. And then tuck the tail. Roll yourself down. Arms come down. Heels come down. Legs go long. Inhale. And sigh it out. Exhale. And just pause here as we take just a minute or so just to really sit or lay, in this space of silence, of Shavasana. Just pause into your body, into this earth. Few more breaths. And then from here, just take and roll yourself over to your side. Coming into that fetal position, just to pause. Notice how you feel. And just wrap yourself up. And then taking your time, just roll yourself up to your seat today. And just feel your body here. And as we let go of the monkey mind, let's walk this day with grace, with ease, with loving kindness to ourselves, allowing us to bring patience and loving kindness to those around us, especially those that might be struggling with that patience and loving kindness, right? So hands together at your heart center. And as we bow to ourselves and we bow to each other. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. Have a beautiful Friday. Have a beautiful weekend. There's a gentle 10:30 tomorrow. There's a 9 a.m. There's a 10:30. And Sunday there's another one, 9 and 10:30. Just if you would like to be on my personal email list, I'm trying to build that so I don't bother everyone on the Millbrook Yoga list. So just email me, let me know, and I'll make sure that happens, and you'll get kind of a couple emails a week as to my schedule and Zoom links. Namaste, people.